Carb sources to shrink your waist. Well, that was a little bit of a catchy line, but really what you're looking at is for a peak week, going to stage with as small of a waist as possible with a lot of control. So what are the things you want to know? For carb sources that are causing more bloating, distension, have a lot of fiber in them, like if you're doing more oats or large rice volumes, if you're doing vegetable sources still, these are items you probably are going to want to remove for sure one day out. That's usually when I do it. You can get even more dense, and what you want is probably the same carbohydrate amount potentially, but in a lot smaller volume, so it's a lot easier to vacuum. Personally, what I find for myself is moving some of this voluminous rice, maybe that's into a Rice Krispie treat, so you have a little bit of sugars added in, or banana, or dates, even putting a little bit of honey in. You might move that chicken that you've been using into just using whey protein, and that can be completely acceptable. So on show day, my volume is very, very small, so I have excellent waist control, rather than eating this big trough of rice before going on stage. So be mindful of the carb choices that you are picking and what you might be transitioning to. One last piece of advice is make sure you've tested these food sources before, so it's not just a roll of the dice of if this is going to sit well or not, and you throw in a food and it causes more issues and doesn't resolve the already bloating that you might be having.